So, Sisi, please, we know the agenda is tough, the time is short, but we have the focus, the energy, and the desire to make sure that we maximize from this government before the next election, because we are critical stakeholders in this government. Kitu ya pili, we have enough money for electricity. I know some places, kama hapa Tharaka, connectivity iko chini, but also the other constituencies in this region, various areas, connectivity is also down. I think some parts of Lower Imenti, some parts of the Gembe, Tigania, we have disparities in connectivity, even Bori. We have enough money and we are going to connect as many homes and schools and institutions with power in the next 2 years. So utaniona huko contractors wengine wameshaanza kufika, but utaniona huko kujaribu sasa kusukuma, kuinspect na kuleta to make sure that the president comes when there is some progress made. Vile vile tunajaribu kusaidia kutafutia vijana wetu kazi. Tuko na program aina 3 ya kutafutia vijana kazi. Program ya kwanza inaitwa kazi kwa ground, ambayo tunatafutia vijana kazi yoyote ile ambayo itapatikana hapa Kenya. Tunaendelea kuajiri vijana katika huduma ya umma, public sector. We are employing police, military, teachers. Already we have employed 76,000 teachers in the last 2 years. And our target in the manifesto was 116 teachers in 5 years. In 2 years, we have done 76. We will meet our manifesto target and surpass it. But we are also supporting private sector to absorb, because everybody cannot be employed in the public sector. Some of the interventions we are making, like when I talked about the lowering of interest rates, unajua private sector depends a lot on credit from banks. So if the interest rates go down, there will be more access to credit. Those businesses will expand and employ a few more people than they are employing currently. Tuko na housing program ambayo sasa imeajiri zaidi ya vijana 250,000. Over 250,000 people now are working under the various housing programs we have, including the housing projects we have in Embu, in Meru, in TharakaNithi. Countrywide, over 250 young people have found short-term jobs as plumbers, carpenters, engineers, architects, electricians, na hata watu ya mjengo, watu ya mkono. And a job is a job, kazi ni kazi. Hata kama hiyo kazi italast mwaka moja, miaka 2, miaka 3, it is better to get a short-term job as you wait to get a long-term job than to stay at home. Si namna hiyo? Afadhali hata upate kazi kama kijana ya mwaka moja, miaka 2, miaka 3, ukingojea kazi ingine ya muda mrefu. So tuko na hiyo program inaitwa kazi kwa ground. Kuna ingine inaitwa kazi mtandaoni. We are setting up ICT hubs across the country because there are a lot of online jobs for young people who are digitally active, digitally educated, to get jobs as content creators, people to develop apps, app developers, online writers. There is even forex trading and so many other ICT jobs available through, so long as you have internet, access to internet. There is also what we call business process outsourcing, where a company abroad uses people who are not in their country to receive calls. American companies, UK companies, they have what we call call centers. You call an American company, the phone is received by somebody here in Kenya, and the person earns a living virtually through those kind of online jobs. So we are putting up ICT hubs, one per ward, 1,450 ICT hubs across Kenya under the Kazi Mtandaoni initiative. And we want to make sure between 500,000 and 1 million young people get jobs through the digital space. Others through the housing program, others through hiring in the public sector, others through private sector hiring. But we also are saying, if a job is available outside the country, in America, in the UK, in the United Arab Emirates, in Oman, in Saudi Arabia, in Australia, we have young people here who are educated and they are willing to take up those jobs. Why should we not support them to take up those jobs, go and work abroad, make some savings, invest here in Kenya, and after a few years when they want to come back home, they are always welcome to come back and build their country. For the young people who can work anywhere, we have the Kazi Maju program. The Kazi Maju program, up to now, 270,000 Kenyans have received overseas placement. And we are keeping a record because some people hear these figures and I think we are cooking up figures. We have asked the Labor Ministry to keep a record of all persons who have left Kenya supported by this government to go and work abroad, their names, their contacts, where they are working, the county they come from, the sub-county, the division, the location, the sub-location, and the village they come from. So that when it is time for accountability, we will say, this ward called Mukodhima, out of the labor mobility program, the Kazi Maju program, in 5 years, we have assisted this number of young people to work abroad. And these are their names. We do that for all the 1,450 wards across Kenya. So we believe if we transform agriculture and make it more profitable, dairy farming, crop farming, if we also improve beef farming and make it profitable and bring in value addition, industrialization support to make sure the farmers get more money. If we create jobs, we will have gone a long way. Vile vile, we are building infrastructure that helps the country to transform faster. Roads, I've already talked about roads. Electricity, water, ICT, which I've talked about, housing, and the other infrastructure that supports the growth of a nation. We are also constructing markets, 400 markets across Kenya, including here, I think Meru now has about 13 markets. Embu has quite a few, around 7. TharakaNithi has almost an equal number, and we build more and hand them over to county governments so that our traders can operate from a dignified space. Because we said, the president and all of us said, we want mama mbogas, small-scale traders to have a dignified place to do their trade from so that they don't operate from the sun. They must have a respectable space to work from. In every county, out of the 47 counties, we are also setting up county aggregation and industrial parks, one per county. I think the Meru Kaip